What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing tonight? We're talking Trevor Bauer, Garrett Richards, Kike Hernandez, Jameson Taillon, and we might be listening to a little bit of Trevor Bauer rap tonight. Let's get to it. And what is going on, baseball fans? How you doing tonight? 97 people in the chat to start things off. That's what I like to see. Hope everyone is having a good Saturday today. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all healthy. Hope you've all had a fun, relaxing Saturday. I know I have. It has been wonderful. I had some donuts this morning. Man, I've had a good day today. And I'm ready to talk some baseball. Not because there is a little bit of news, but there's some Red Sox news to talk about. Finally, my Red Sox are finally doing something. It's nice to see. But everyone, this could be a historic night with the channel. As you can see right now, we are at 4.98. 4.98, so that's 4,980 subscribers. We are within 20 subscribers of 5,000. I repeat, 5,000. We are in range. So if you are new here right now, hit that subscribe button. If you are looking for baseball news and baseball content, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5K here, not by opening day, not by spring training, by tonight. Let's get it tonight. I think we can do it. Hit that like button. Let's get this out there to more baseball fans. 104 of you are in here already. You guys are ready to talk some baseball tonight. And go follow me on Twitter. I've been using the Twitter machine a lot lately. So go follow me on Twitter if you want to talk some baseball throughout the day. We have a fun show for tonight. We got some Trevor Bauer news. We got some Red Sox signings to talk about. You know me, I'm a big Red Sox fan, so I got to go a little giraffe neck Mark tonight. I got to show some love for my team tonight, and finally I can show some real love for my team because they've done a couple of things that I actually really like what they did. So, going to talk Red Sox tonight. We're going to talk a little Jameson Taillon tonight, and we're going to talk a little Trevor Bauer, a little Trevor Bauer rap tonight. I'm not a big rap fan by any means, but I have been listening to the Trevor Bauer rap songs today. Well, I think there's only 2 of them, at least that I've found. If anyone knows of any more, they might be the most amazing thing I've ever listened to in my life. But if we can get to 5K, that'll be the way we celebrate listening to Trevor Bauer rap. So let's get to 5K by the end of the stream tonight. So let me get this music off. Let's just get right to the news. So we're going to get into the juicy stuff. Speaking of Trevor Bauer, I know he's been releasing, or how many years ago was it now? It was like 8 years ago, 10 years ago he made these rap songs. Absolutely hilarious. But we have to talk about Trevor Bauer in baseball. So there is some news with Trevor Bauer, according to Ken Rosenthal. There is an update on Mr. Trevor Bauer. The Mets are showing some increased focus with Trevor Bauer. They are zeroing in on him from what it seems. Let's go ahead. Let's share the screen. So as you can see here, according to Ken Rosenthal, the Mets are increasing focus on free agent pitcher Trevor Bauer. So if we take a look at the story, the Mets are considering signing free agent right-hander Trevor Bauer, a move that, coming days after the team's firing of general manager Jared Porter, would invite a different form of scrutiny for the club. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I wasn't hearing much of this negativity lately, but lately I've been hearing a lot of negativity surrounding a Trevor Bauer signing. I feel like in the beginning of the offseason, is it just me, or I felt like people were more positive about Trevor Bauer in the beginning of the offseason, and now I feel like I'm just only seeing negativity lately with him. I mean, besides the rap songs, I mean, those are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I understand Trevor Bauer is a bit of a hot rod. I get that. He's definitely a different cat. He's a different guy. He's going to use the social media. He's going to use the Twitter machine. He's going to go on the YouTube. He's going to run his own channel. He's going to do the vlogs. You're going to get all that with Trevor Bauer. And for me personally, I think Trevor Bauer is really, 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 really good. But I think he was getting a little overrated a little bit. You know, the whole Cy Young Award, my personal feelings towards, you know, his Cy Young Award. Yes, I know he went up against the Atlanta Braves in the playoffs. He dominated against them. I get that. But over a full season, we don't know what Trevor Bauer would have been. You had never really seen too much of what Bauer did this past year. In many other years, he had basically one good season in 2018. But then every other season was good, like solid, good. But not like, you know, Jacob deGrom, like Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer levels. Really, he put together that kind of a season in 2018 and this past season. So Trevor Bauer, I think he's very, 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 very good. But I think a little, you know, again, he was going up against the Brewers this past year, the Pirates. They didn't have very good offenses. I would have liked to have seen, you know, a full season to see if he could keep that kind of consistency over a full season. You know, as we all know, 162 games, that's a long season. So who knows how he would have done over a full season. But I know from what I saw, I mean, he dominated, but again, not the best offenses. I would have liked to have seen him go up against better offenses more consistently. That's just my opinion on Trevor Bauer, but I still think Trevor Bauer is the best pitcher on the market by a landslide. Obviously, if you can get this kind of a guy in your rotation is going to get better. So he's going to cost a pretty penny, that's for sure. With a Trevor Bauer, I just think, you know, you got to know what you're getting with Trevor Bauer. And Sandy Alderson has said on the record, he likes Trevor Bauer. He likes what Trevor Bauer brings to the table. He likes that he's just a different guy. He likes that he has his own personality. He marches to the beat of his own drum. I like that Sandy Alderson kind of likes that. So a lot of people have been speculating because of the way Trevor Bauer is he going to maybe get a short deal? Is he going to get a long deal? A lot of people are speculating that maybe he could end up getting a shorter deal because teams don't really want to commit to him for a long time. And maybe Trevor Bauer's been on the record of saying that too. He would gladly take a 1-year deal and bet on himself every single year. I kind of wonder what Bauer is going to end up getting. It's going to be really interesting. Is he going to get more money, you know, per year by signing maybe a 3-year deal or something like that? Could he be like a $35 million a year kind of a guy for a 3-year deal? Could we see something like that? I think that's possible. Really is interesting. I'm very interested to see what Trevor Bauer ends up doing. He did come out with a YouTube video recently. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's his latest upload. He did kind of talk about basically an update. I mean, kind of, same old chitter chatter. He's going through the process. A lot of people are, on the Twitter machine saying, come on, Trevor, pick a team, let's go. Come on, where are you going to play? But he basically responded to that saying, well, hey, you know what? There's a process to this. We have to go back and forth with our agents. There is a process, and I totally understand where he's coming from. Well, I don't personally. I've never, dealt with that kind of money in my life. But to me, that makes sense where you have to go through that kind of a process. You have to go back and you have to negotiate. That's just what negotiation is. So we just saw George Springer get it done. It looks like JT Realmuto could be getting closer, maybe to returning to the Phillies. You are starting to see some guys start to come off the market now, and that's no surprise to me because spring training is right around the corner. These guys want to know where they're going to be playing. These guys got to know where they're going to be living. They got to figure out all that stuff. So no surprise to see, the Mets as well, possibly increasing their focus on him because, well, they're not getting a George Springer. They're not bringing him in. He's going to the Blue Jays now. Big signing for the Blue Jays. But for Trevor Bauer, I think Trevor Bauer would be huge with the Mets. If we go take a look right now at the Mets constructed as of right now. So let's take a look at the current rotation. You're starting off with a Jacob deGrom, a Marcus Stroman, a Carlos Carrasco, and then in the back end you got guys like Steven Matz. He was terrible last year, but he's had some decent years in the past. Maybe he could end up bouncing back. David Peterson, Joey Lucchesi. I actually really liked them adding in a Joey Lucchesi in that three-way trade with Joe Musgrove involved. I really like that, but Joey Lucchesi, I think, is a nice addition for that Mets. It gives them more depth, and I think that's what the Mets really need. So right now they do have depth, and they're going to have Noah Syndergaard come back. So if they can add a Trevor Bauer, that's going to be really interesting. So basically, right now, even without a Noah Syndergaard, you got DeGrom, you got Bauer. If you add Bauer, you would have DeGrom, Bauer, Stroman, Carrasco. That's a pretty solid, if these guys can stay healthy, really solid 1 through 4. And then you got, these three at the back end of the rotation. And then when Syndergaard comes back, you are so deep 1 through 5. I mean, you would have so many options at that point. So I kind of wonder, are they really serious about Trevor Bauer? Because they already have quite a bit already. But I think with the Mets, they're pretty determined, to just keep getting better, and they can get better. If we go take a look at where they're at right now, payroll wise, if we take a look, so they're currently at 186 million. So they have about 24 million to play with. So I would imagine if they do end up signing a Trevor Bauer, you're going to go over that luxury tax line, unless I don't see him getting less than 25. I just don't see him getting less than 25. I think he's going to fall somewhere 25 to 30. I could definitely see him getting like 32. I could see that. And depending on the years as well. So the Mets, they have a decision to make here. If they really are increasing their focus, they have a decision. Are they going to go over that luxury tax line? Because that is something they could very well do, bringing in a Bauer. So, I've talked about the Angels before. I feel like I've kind of been on repeat mode with this, but if you look at the Angels, right now they are in a better position financially to bring in a Trevor Bauer while also staying under that luxury tax line. So right now they have 38 million to play with right now. So they have some room, and they've already addressed needs on the team. They've already added a shortstop in Jose Iglesias. They added a Raisel Iglesias in the bullpen. They also signed Quintana for the rotation. I mean, they've brought in some guys. They signed a Kurt Suzuki. So the Angels, they're pretty good. And I think really the last big piece, I'm still going to predict Bauer to go to the Angels. I originally predicted Bauer to go to the Mets. So it makes me kind of happy to think, that the Mets are still involved at this point. So it makes me feel better about my original prediction. But the Angels, I switched it up in my updated free agent predictions, and it just makes so much sense. And I feel like I don't know obviously anything going on with this situation. I'm right there with you guys and knowing what the heck is going on. But I would imagine if the Trevor Bauer is the Angels' guy to lose. It just makes so much sense for him to go there. Not just because he used to live in California. It's not because he went to college in California. It just, the construction of the team makes sense. They have money to spend. They have a win now team. They have a team ready to compete. So it just makes a lot of sense. If you just look at the current rotation as is, you do got some pieces in here that are pretty decent. Dylan Bundy had himself a good year, but he hasn't had the track record. Andrew Heaney, I mean, this guy can be pretty solid. Andrew Heaney to me is like a 4 in your rotation. You got a Quintana who can be like a 3. You got a Griffin Canning who is still very young, and he could definitely, make a jump. I think Griffin Canning could be really good. I mean, I think they need Bauer. They don't have much starting pitching depth. And that's the funny thing with the Angels is that even if they add Bauer, they're not going to be very deep when it comes to starting pitching. They are going to lean heavily on Trevor Bauer if they bring him in. So the one thing I kind of wonder, if the Mets are willing to go that extra mile for a Trevor Bauer, you have to wonder, the Mets right now, they are in a better position than the Angels. The Angels have a ton of talent on this team. You got Trout. You got Rendon. You got Jose Iglesias, one of the better defensive shortstops in the league. I mean, Ohtani, if he can just stay on the field, and I mean, honestly, I think you just need to keep him away from the mound. I think with Ohtani, if anything, you got to just use that guy out of the bullpen. I really think that. I think it's like, him starting, I just think it's been too much. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I'm no expert by any means, but starting just hasn't really seemed to work out for him health-wise. Just seems to be a little too much. I don't know. But the Angels have some talent here. Sure, they could use an upgrade at catcher, but I kind of wonder, with Bauer, I kind of wonder if he's thinking right now, the Mets, he wants to win, and he has said that's a big thing that he's considering in free agency. He wants to win. That's the biggest thing with him. And the Mets right now are in a better position to win. I mean, could other teams jump in? Could you get the Blue Jays get involved? I think that's still a possibility. I think the Blue Jays could really get involved here. If we go take a look at the Blue Jays as is right now, I think the Blue Jays, you could even argue, could be even better than the Angels. This Blue Jays lineup is young, full of talent. They got a good future ahead. They could use some pitching. They got a Hyun-Jin Ryu. I mean, they already have a guy that's one of the better pitchers in the league. I think the Blue Jays, they're better than the Angels right now. So I kind of wonder if Bauer ends up looking at the Angels and he kind of just thinks, I don't know. Even if he goes there, are they going to be really serious contenders? I think they'd be good with him. But I think, again, I've mentioned this before, depth in your organization is such an underrated thing. Sure, yes, it's great to have some star power. It's great to have some talent. But teams that win have depth. They have depth on the major league team. They have depth in the minor leagues. You need depth. You need to have options because guys are going to go down with injuries. Guys are going to struggle. Guys are going to go through slumps. You need to have guys that you can plug in and take over while a guy is coming back from an injury or while a guy is going through a slump. You need to have those options. And that's why the Dodgers are such a dangerous team because they have so much depth on that major league team. They have so much depth in that minor league system. And that's why the Padres right now are a dangerous team. Sure, the Padres farm system is a little top heavy right now, but that works to their advantage for this coming year and in the next year because they have those top heavy guys in that farm system that can plug in if need be. They have a lot of options right now with pitching. The Padres and Dodgers are dangerous teams, not just because of the star power that they possess, but because of the depth that they possess. Look at the 2019 Yankees. Look at how many injuries they suffered, a record amount of injuries for the 2019 Yankees. But they were 2 wins away from making it to the World Series. That Yankees team was absolutely brutal. The amount of injuries that they suffered was brutal. The fact that they got that far against a very talented Astros team who ended up facing the Nationals in the World Series, the fact that the Yankees got that far, and they didn't even have a Garrett Cole that year. The Yankees that year, they relied so much on the depth in their organization. They had guys they could plug in all over the place. They had, guys that could move around and play in other positions. You need that for teams. And I think with teams like the Blue Jays and the Angels, that's where I wonder if Bauer's looking at these teams. And I think I'm not going to speak for him, but I would imagine, because if I put myself in Trevor Bauer's shoes, I'm looking at these teams that could be interested. I'm going to look at these 3 teams. I'm going to look at Toronto, the Angels, and the Mets, and the Dodgers, If I'm Bauer, if I'm really weighing all of my options where I want a team that is going to be a partnership where they're going to listen to Trevor Bauer, where they may, let him pitch every 4th day or something like that here and there, or they're going to listen to his ideas on analysis and analytics. I kind of wonder, are teams like the Mets, they're an organization now. Oh, we got a super chat coming in. All righty.
The Red Sox infuriate me, sometimes tears of joy.
Yeah. The Red Sox have had a bit of an infuriating offseason. We're going to talk about the Red Sox coming up next. But you know what? I like what they did in the last couple of days, and I'm going to explain why I like what they did. So thank you so much. I am a Red Sox fan, but we suck. Great name. But I will get to that in 1 second. Thank you so much for the $2.99 super chat, my friend. So, but getting back to Trevor Bauer's options, I'm going to think his top options right now. I'm going to think it's Toronto. I'm going to think it's the Angels. I'm going to think it's the Mets and the Dodgers. If Bauer, to me, I think the Mets, the only thing that's holding me back with the Mets right now is the money. That's the only thing. Because, again, they have said before, they want to stay under that luxury tax line. So, I don't know if they're even offering anything. I don't even know. I mean, the fact that they're increasing their focus, that makes me think they're going to make some kind of an offer at some point. But to me, the Mets, when you look at kind of where they're at, they are a team that really could make a deep playoff run. They are a team that has new people in the front office. They have a new owner in Steve Cohen. They're looking to kind of change the way they've been for the last few years. Bringing in Trevor Bauer, that could be really good for that organization. Sure, Bauer's a hot rod. Sure, he is a different cat. He is someone that you're really going to have to put up with at times. But I really think with Bauer, what he brings to the table analytically and what the knowledge that he has, I kind of wonder if maybe the Mets really want that and they kind of want to have that voice in their organization. Sure, he's going to be outspoken, but I am starting to wonder if the Mets are going to get really serious with him. Sure, the media they're going to look at it, and because for some reason they keep bringing up this whole Twitter thing with Bauer. Like, can we move on from that? Seriously, can we move on from that whole Twitter thing with the girl that he was tweeting over and over and over again? Like, it's like, can we just move on? Is that possible? Like, why is that still getting brought up? Like, just move on. It's like the media, they just never want to let things go. But I digress. I am starting to wonder if the Mets are going to get serious, because if you look at the Angels, sure, the Angels are a good fit financially. They need a starting pitcher. But is Bauer looking at them right now and thinking to himself, is this Angels team going to make it? Are we, even if I'm there, are we going to make it? Are we going to make it to the World Series? They need more. They need more than Bauer. Really, they do. Sure, you'd have Bauer. You would have Bauer, Bundy, Quintana, Heaney, and then Griffin Canning. I mean, let's kind of be real for a second. Is that going to win you a World Series? Really, is that going to win you a World Series? I think that could win. I think that could win you the West. I think that could definitely get you in the playoffs. But is that going to win you a World Series? And that's where I kind of wonder with Bauer. I think he could possibly be looking at the Mets and the Dodgers. If the Dodgers are willing to go that far for him too, I kind of wonder. I don't know, but I feel like right now the Mets seem to be a pretty good fit for a Bauer based on the things that he wants. So, but of course the Angels want him. Of course they do. Maybe they could go out and get another guy too. They have pieces to go make a trade. So, obviously, right now, I think it's going to come down to the Angels and the Mets. I really think that, unless the Dodgers swoop in and they're like, all right, screw it. You know what, Bauer, come on in. Let's go. Because they got a lot of guys on that team. Are they going to put up with Bauer? What are they going to do there? I mean, I know he's good friends with Walker Buehler, so we'll have to wait and see. But, alrighty, everyone, let's move on to the next story. So, alrighty, here we go. Let's get into my Red Sox. I'm warmed up here. I'm good to go. Let's go take a look at where we're at. We're still at 4.98. We're trying to get to 5.00. If you are here and you have yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I would love to celebrate 5K on tonight's stream. I would hate to have to wait, for Monday or Tuesday. If we can do it tonight, that would be awesome. Orioles, that's not very nice. Orioles. Come on. Here we go. So moving on to the next story. For the Red Sox. So we'll go back to the first signing that they made yesterday, and that was Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez coming to the Red Sox. Super utility guy. This guy can play all over. Big part of that Dodgers team this past year. So let's go talk a little Kike Hernandez. Oh, I see what you're saying, Orioles. Never mind. I thought you were telling people to unsub. I was like, no, that's not what we want to do. Here we go. So moving on to Kike Hernandez here, sharing the screen. Okay, here we go. So that's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. Alrighty. So as of last night, it's a 2-year deal. Okay, I'm not sure who first broke this. John Morosi yesterday said they were making progress, and then Mark Feinstein said they had agreed to a deal, and then it looked like Ken Rosenthal confirmed like the contract details, and it has deferrals too. So, but according to Feinstein, it's a 2-year, $14 million deal. Let's go take a look at Enrique or Kike Hernandez, high energy guy. This guy has been a clubhouse favorite. Seems like everyone loves some Kike Hernandez. But, everyone, I just updated the subscribers. We're at 4.99. 4.99. If that count is accurate, we're within 10 of 5,000 subscribers. Oh my. Could we get to 5K tonight? That would be insane. Okay. Here we go. But Kike Hernandez going to the Red Sox. This is a guy that can play all over. He plugs right into second base as of right now. They're waiting on Jeter Downs to see if he can develop into possibly their everyday second baseman. But Kike Hernandez, this is a guy right now where he can plug into second base and he could be pretty decent there. He's not going to be a superstar guy, but this is a guy. He'll play solid. He'll play with energy. So let me actually pull up Baseball Savant. We'll take a look at Baseball Savant and the stats, the standard stats as well. Here we go. So let's take a look at the standard stats first. So this past season, nothing great with him. Only had a 680 OPS. His OPS has actually been dropping over the last few years, so a little concerning. But, short season this year. Who knows what it would have been over a full 162-game season. But this past year, had himself 5 home runs. That's on pace for around 15 to 20 home runs. That's pretty good. Had the 20 RBIs. Again, the 680 OPS. The on-base was really bad this year, 270. He doesn't strike out a whole ton. He just doesn't walk very much. This is a guy, he swings a lot. So, he had a really good year, 2018. Look at that 2018 season was really good. An 806 OPS. Had the 21 home runs, the 52 RBIs. He's going to do a lot better against left-handed pitching. I believe he has an OPS lifetime in the 800s. What's going on here? Hold on. Sorry, everyone. 1 second. My iPad just crapped out on me. There we go. Okay, so going to the splits. Where are the splits here? So let's go to the career splits. So with him against left-handers, this is a guy, he's a lot better against left-handed pitching. So 820 OPS against left-handed pitching. That's pretty solid. He doesn't fare very well against righties. And that's kind of what the Red Sox, and definitely Chaim Bloom with his time with the Rays, that's what the Rays did a lot. They like to do a lot of platoon kind of guys. They like to get guys that could be good against righties, good against lefties. So Kike Hernandez, you're going to definitely see him in against lefties. There might be some days where he takes a seat against some righties depending on the matchup, but he strikes out a lot more against righties. So he definitely sees left-handed pitching a lot more. 345 on base against lefties. So that kind of makes me wonder. I wonder if the Red Sox are going to bring in some kind of a left-handed bat. I would imagine they're going to bring in a left-handed bat. And that kind of makes me wonder, is Jackie Bradley Jr. coming back? Is Jackie coming back? So, actually, did I? 1 second here. Alrighty. I tweeted out, or no, I didn't tweet out. I messaged Jackie Bradley Jr. I actually saw, here it is, so I can actually go to my page. I can show you. Here we go. Let's go to the tweet that I put out today. Take a look at that. Trevor Bauer and whoever the heck that guy is. They're hanging out with me right here. Anyway, but I did send a DM to Mr. Jackie Bradley Jr. Jackie, good sir, I hope all is well and free agency is going at least decent. I am curious, though. Could you give me a number 1 through 10? 10 being the greatest on your chances of going back to Boston. Much love. He did look at it. He looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got someone subscribing. That subscriber notification has not worked lately. I'm so glad that's working right now. Fabio Scremin has just subscribed. That's what I'm talking about. Are we at 5K? Oh, we're not at 5K just yet. We're not at 5K yet. We're at 4.99. So anyway, back to Jackie here. He did look at it. I don't know. This could mean a couple of things. He could not be coming back. He didn't want to write me back. He's like, oh, man, I don't want to break this guy's heart. Or, oh, man, this Red Sox fan, he's a weirdo. I'm not going back to Boston. I'm not going to write back to this. Or Jackie Bradley right now is thinking, you know what? I'm not going to answer this. I'm going to let it be a surprise. I'm going to let it be a surprise that I'm coming back to Boston. Going to be interesting to see because I really think with Kike Hernandez, hear me out here, because Kike Hernandez, like I said, he's better against left-handed pitching. So I wonder if they're going to bring in Jackie or bring him back because he's a left-handed bat. He can play against righties. He can play in left. And then you could still have Kike. You could still have him play second, but you would get that balance of Jackie back in the lineup. So they definitely need a left-handed bat against righties. Absolutely. They definitely need that. So I don't think the Red Sox are done with position players after the signing of a Kike Hernandez. I'm excited for him. Let's go to the advanced metrics. Put up some pretty good advanced metrics. This is a guy where, as you can see, the one that really sticks out is the walks. This is a guy. Oh, did we get to 5K? 5K! We have gotten to 5K! We did it! Wow! That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Awesome. Yes. All because of you all, man. All because of you. You, the fans, the awesome baseball fans that you are. You guys have been so supportive over the last year and a month, a year and a month and a half, I guess, since I started this channel. I can't believe we got to 5K subscribers. I started this channel December of 2019, and we're already at 5K. We just got to 1K in June. We actually got to 1K subscribers on my birthday of all days. That was really cool. And since then, we have gotten 4,000 subscribers since June. So that's a little more than 6 months. It's about 7 months. I mean, we just hit 3K during the playoffs. That was really cool. And man, but you guys are awesome, man. I can't thank you all enough for helping us get to 5K. You guys are fantastic. So, thank you very much, everyone. It's great to see. Now let's get to 6K by opening day. Can we do that? Now, we don't stop here. 6K by opening day. Enough of the celebration. Let's get back to the baseball. Here we go. Kike Hernandez. The one thing that sticks out with him is the walk percentage. Very low. Bottom 5%. This guy does not draw a lot of walks. So, kind of wondering if the Red Sox are maybe going to work with him a little on that because he definitely needs to draw some more walks. So I'm going to look out for that this year to see if he can improve in that aspect. But he hits the ball hard, ranks in the top 30% of hard hit percentage, kind of in the middle when it comes to exit velocity. But again, he doesn't strike out a lot. That's the one thing with Kike. He may not walk a lot, but he doesn't strike out a lot. So he puts the ball in play. I'm kind of curious to see what his contact rate is. Let's actually look that up real quick. What is his contact rate? This guy has to rank pretty well when it comes to contact rate. Goodness. I mean, if he barely walks and he doesn't strike out all that much, I'm curious to see. Hold on 1 second, folks. Well, actually, let me go to the leaderboards. Okay, Fangraphs, you are killing me right now. Oh, we got ourselves a super chat coming in.
Congrats on the 5K. I hope your channel gets as big as Fuzzy's channel. Do you think the Indians will sign anyone since they saved around 50 mil already?
Jim Halper, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the congratulations, my friend. If I ever get as big as Fuzzy, that would be wild. I mean, that's a pipe dream if you ask me. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I don't know about the Indians. I almost feel like they're kind of like the Red Sox, how they were last year. They cleared that payroll. It almost feels like they want to reset, because they're going to be changing their team name soon. They're going to be changing a lot of aspects around their organization. So I almost wonder if they might add like a couple pieces, like, minor signings, maybe a bullpen guy, maybe another starter or something like that. Maybe, like a low risk, high reward kind of a guy. I don't think they're going to do anything major. I think the Indians, they could still compete. Look out for the Indians this year. I'm not going to write the Indians off. They got some good pitching. But Jim Halpert, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. So let's get back to Kike Hernandez. Where did he rank in contact rate? Well, actually, let's go to... Okay. Let's see. Batted ball. Fangraphs is killing me right now. It's usually a lot quicker than this. All right, I need to go to... How do I pull this up? Contact rate. Where is that? Is that under advanced? Nope, it's not there. Pitch type? No, it's not pitch type. Is it? No. Oh, maybe plate discipline. Here we go. So zone contact. Well, no, yeah, contact percentage. Here we go. So Kike has got to rank up here. Has to. Yeah, Tommy LaStella, David Fletcher, those two guys, they put bat to ball so much. I wonder if he is on here. Let's go to... There's Cesar Hernandez. I don't know. Did I miss him? He has got to be on here. He has to be on here. I must have passed him. Because there's no way. Because he barely walks and he doesn't strike out. Let me see. Cesar Hernandez is right there. So page 2? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. Maybe he's not under the qualified amount of at-bats. Let's just do 100. All right, you know what? I give up. I'm taking too much time with this. But anyway, Kike, getting back to the advanced stats. Sorry about that, everyone. I was trying to see if I could pull it up, but I don't know. I can't find him. But here we go. So as you can see, he doesn't walk very much. He doesn't strike out a lot either. He's going to give you some speed on the bases and in the field. Outs above average. He's not actually very good defensively. He's okay defensively. He doesn't save a lot of runs. The UZR tends to be a little low with him. But overall, it's a high-energy guy. He can play all over. I like the signing. I think it's good. It just gives you flexibility. He's basically the new Brock Holt for the Red Sox. You need a guy like that on a team. I mean, on a winning team, you need to have a player like this. And I'm not saying the Red Sox are going to be a winning team, but you need to have some guy like this who can just move around, because it really helps give guys days off. It helps keep guys fresh. And that's why Brock Holt was such a valuable player for the Red Sox over those years. So really excited about the Enrique Hernandez or Kike Hernandez signing. Now, let's move on to the next one. And I am actually very excited about this signing. I think this is going to be it has the potential. I can't tell the future, but I think this has the potential to be a very underrated signing. A lot of people, Yes, I understand. I understand the concern with a Garrett Richards. I understand that. This is a guy that had Tommy John. He has had the injury bug over his career, but hear me out here with a Garrett Richards. Let me pull up the stats here. Here we go. Alrighty, but let's actually go to the article first. Okay, here we go. So, sharing the screen. Here we go with Garrett Richards. So here is the report today. Jeff Passan was the first to report this today. 1 year, $10 million. There is an option for 2022. It's a team option, so good for the Red Sox there. If he has a good year this year, I'm sure they'll bring him back, because $10 million for a starter, that's pretty good. So the contract does include the team option with escalators that could increase both the base value of the option but beyond $10 million, and also increase the value of the buyout. So it's a bit of a, it has some I'm trying to think of the word. I'm going so blank on the word right now. It's unique. It's unique. It has some unique aspects of this contract. But again, he still has to pass his physical, so we'll have to see how that goes. But Garrett Richards, this is a guy where, again, if you go back, he has really had trouble staying on the field, going back to after that 2015 season. Had a really good season that year. 3.65 ERA, had the 3.86 FIP, about 8 strikeouts per 9. Didn't really give up many home run balls, but Garrett Richards that year was very good. And then, after that, really had trouble staying on the field. He had the Tommy John. So he just, hasn't really been able to be that Garrett Richards from what we saw back in the early 2010s. However, this past year with the Padres, had a pretty decent season with the Padres. 14 games total, 10 games started, had the 51 innings, short sample size, but 4.03 ERA, the 4.28 FIP, decent amount of strikeouts. Again, kind of with around his career average, about 8 strikeouts per 9, gives up a few walks. This is a guy that could be, a 3-4 in a rotation if he's healthy. But going to Garrett Richards here, this is where I want you to take a look here. Garrett Richards, the expected numbers on Garrett Richards, not the best, but if you take a look, he ranks in the top 20 when it comes to fastball velocity. He ranks in the top 5% when it comes to spin rate, top 1% when it comes to curveball spin rate. If you go take a look here, he throws a four-seamer, he throws a slider, he throws a sinker, and he throws a curveball a little bit as well. If you go to these pitches here, take a look at the curveball. He ranked very high with his curveball. Look at that red. That is a dark shade of red. That's the darkest shade you can get. He had a ton of movement on that curveball. That slider had a ton of movement. I mean, the curveball not only had a lot of vertical movement, but it had a lot of horizontal movement as well. Now, I want you to pay attention to also something here. Now, so I saw a lot of people on Twitter today. Well, I'd rather the Red Sox go after Jake Odorizzi. Why didn't we go after Jake Odorizzi? I was saying right from the get-go, and I've said this on the record on this show, I think Jake Odorizzi is a little overrated, personally. I mean, I don't think Jake Odorizzi is a bad pitcher, but I've been seeing people on Twitter say Jake Odorizzi could be a number 2 guy. Yes, the expected numbers ranked better than a Garrett Richards. However, if you go take a look at a Jake Odorizzi, let's pull up the actual stats. Here we go. So if we take a look at them side by side, if you go look at Garrett Richards in his career, he has a 3.62 ERA, while Jake Odorizzi has a 3.92 ERA. A little better. 3.68 FIP for Garrett Richards. Jake Odorizzi, a 4.12. If you look at the strikeouts, Garrett Richards, right at around 8. If you go take a look at Odorizzi, a little more than 8, about 8.5. If you go look at the last 3 years with strikeouts, Odorizzi, he has about 9.5 strikeouts per 9. If you go take a look at Garrett Richards the last few years, Oh, look at that. 9.5 per 9. Interesting. If we go take a look at the advanced metrics, if you go take a look at Odorizzi, he's got a ton of movement on that cutter. One of the better cutters in the game. That four-seamer has some running action on it. So, Garrett Richards, he's got some good movement on his pitches. Yes, I understand. I get it. I know. The one big difference with Jake Odorizzi is he has been able to stay on the field. I get that. Availability is, overall, at the end of the day, being able to stay on the field is going to be what matters the most. However, I am optimistic personally that Garrett Richards, and I'm not saying this because of bias, I'm just saying based off of what we've seen the last couple of years. Garrett Richards, yes, I understand he has not been able to stay on the field. He keeps having all these injuries, right? But he basically had, how many starts? How many games? 17 games over the last 2 years since Tommy John, right? He's had that time to really kind of work his way back. He looked good last year. Velocity looked good. Curveball looked good. Slider looked good. Garrett Richards looked pretty good last year. I'm just saying, and he's had 2, pretty easy years. I think Garrett Richards, I'm crossing my fingers here. I'm knocking on some wood. But I think Garrett Richards, I'm optimistic that he's going to be able to stay on the field. That could definitely come back and bite me. He could end up blowing his arm out his first start. And I'll fully be the first one to say, wow, I was wrong. But I think if Garrett Richards is healthy, if he can stay on the field, I think Garrett Richards can be basically Jake Odorizzi for a few million cheaper. That's what I think this is. I think Chaim Bloom took a look at that, and I think because Jake Odorizzi and the Red Sox were connected, and I think Chaim Bloom, he said, you know what? We can save probably around, 6 to 8 million signing Garrett Richards. They have the team option as well. They could save money here, and they could literally get the same kind of production from a Garrett Richards. They are very similar pictures when Garrett Richards is healthy. Very similar. I like this signing a lot. I really like this signing with Garrett Richards. If we go take a look here, if we go take a look at Mr. Garrett Richards over
that's more like the regular
this last year, hitting 94 there, he's got some good stuff. This is with the Angels. Let's actually see if we can get one with the Padres. I want videos with the Padres. I don't want these Angels videos. I want, you know what? Let's just go. Let me see. Okay, this is Angels. Let me go see. Here we go. Garrett Richards 2020 highlights. Here we go. Alrighty. So I don't want to get copyrighted on this, so I'm going to kind of flip through. So, hitting 95 right there, had some movement right there. Here we go. So, look at that curveball. Are you kidding? Can we please take one more look at that curveball? That is nasty. Absolutely nasty with Garrett Richards. Look at this curve. Oh my God. That was a slider right there. Look at this curve. Ooh. Look at that. 89 mile an hour slider. Look at that curve. Oh my goodness. That is one of the biggest 12-6 curves. He's got a cutter as well. Goodness gracious. Look at this curve. Oh, no, that was a slider. That nasty slider. Has so much bite to it. Good amount of bite. Got a little cutter as well. Striking out Bellinger right there. Slider away. He's not bad. Oh, yeah. That was good. This guy, he's got some good stuff. I really think he could end up being a really good signing with the Red Sox. The key here with Richards is health. Absolutely the big key with him. If he can stay on the field, I think this could end up being a pretty underrated signing. However, what I really like about this for the Red Sox, and even if this wasn't my own team, I would still love this move for a team where the Red Sox are in this position. Actually, you know what? Let me go to Red Sox roster. Let's go to Fangraphs because they have that more updated. If we take a look here at the current roster or at the current rotation, if you take a look here, the Red Sox have some options. They have some options here. You got Erod, he'll be the day one starter. You got Evaldi, he'll be the number 2. And now you got Richards. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Martin Perez. I'm fine with Martin Perez as like a 4 or 5. I'm okay with Perez as a 4. The one thing with Perez, he's going to give you starts. That's the one thing I like about him. He's going to stay healthy for the most part. He's going to make his starts. He's going to make his turn in the rotation for the most part if he just doesn't just suck. But they just signed Pivetta, who ended up having a couple of good outings with the Red Sox. Let me actually go to Pivetta here. I thought was his ERA that high? I thought it was lower than that. Oh, okay. That was because he was with the Phillies. Okay, yeah. With the Red Sox, though, it was a lot better. Nick Pivetta. I cannot type. Yeah, Nick Pivetta, when he came over to the Red Sox, he had some pretty good numbers. Had a 1.80 ERA over 2 starts. Got 5 innings per start. 3.39 FIP. Pivetta could end up being really good for the Red Sox too. So this Red Sox team, what they are doing is they are building depth. They are building depth. Yeah, Vincent, with the Phillies, he was terrible. With the Phillies, he was awful. But there were some things to like about Nick Pivetta. If you go take a look at the advanced stats, there were a couple of things with him where Chaim Bloom, he kind of looked at him and he said, you know what? I think we can work with Pivetta here. The one thing with Pivetta, he's got good spin rate on the fastball. He's got a good spin rate on the curve. And speaking of that curve, if you go look at the curve, he had this past year pretty decent curve. If you actually go back to 2019, he had one of the best curveballs in the game. So if you have that one pitch where you can work with a guy like this, if he has this out pitch, you can work with him. He's got a good fastball. He averages, he'll sit like 93, 94 for the most part. For a 5th starter, he can end up being pretty good. We'll just have to see. The Red Sox, I mean, I don't know. Can they work with him? Can they figure something out with him? He did pretty good those couple of starts. However, I mean, he was coming over from, well, I don't know. He was still pitching in the East with the Phillies. So I don't know if the teams that he faced with the Red Sox, did he face them with the Phillies as well this past year? But either way, they have options here. They got 5 guys now in this rotation that are going to be ready to go. They got some other guys too. If we go take a look at the Red Sox, what they have, I mean, you're going to have a Tanner Houck. Where do they have him? Here we go. So if you go take a look, so you have a Tanner Houck, Connor Siebold. He could be ready to go at some point. Chris Mazza, he'll be able to make a start here or there if he can. You got Brian Mata in AAA. I mean, you got some options here. And then if you go take a look, here, they got one other guy too. Oh, they also signed Matt Andriese. But they got one guy, he just, he's pretty good. Chris Sale. He could come back at some point this year. I'm kind of wondering how he's going to be. If he does come back this year, I'm kind of wondering if he's going to need a few starts to really shake off some rust, especially with a guy like who has a delivery like that. And they have been on the record, the Red Sox, or at least reported that the Red Sox, they're going to kind of take it easy with Chris Sale. They're going to kind of ease him back in because, this is a guy that has such a dramatic delivery. He has such an elastic kind of a delivery. So you kind of wonder, are they going to rush Sale? I don't think they're not going to rush him. I think you could see Sale make some starts in September, but they're not going to push him. Because, they know he's a competitive guy and they know he's going to want to get out there and just start, striking guys out. But I think they're really going to ease him in because they're paying this guy a lot of money. And Sale has to understand that too. But the Red Sox, importantly, they have depth. Last year, the Red Sox, there's actually a really good, there was a good tweet today for any Red Sox fans in here. Take a look at this. There was a good one right here. Take a look at this. Look at this. So these guys that they're going to have, I'm kind of surprised he didn't put Richards in this, but Look at all the pitchers the Red Sox used in 2020. Look, they used Godley, they used Mazza, they used Weber, Brewer, Hart, Kickham, Triggs, Hall, Osage, Lear, Bryce, and Brazier. Look at how bad they were. 1-15 combined, a 7.13 FIP. Are you kidding me? But look at Perez, Evaldi, Pivetta, and Houck. They were 12-7, a 4.22 FIP, 3.54 ERA, about 9 strikeouts per 9, just under. Less walks, less home run. I'm telling you, everyone, I'm not saying the Red Sox are going to be winning a World Series this year, but if this pitching staff can stay healthy, don't sleep on the Red Sox. I'm just saying. Don't sleep. And now you're getting a guy, if Richards can stay healthy, I mean, they got depth. Evaldi, it's always curious with Evaldi. Yes, this rotation could go down in flames. But if they're in it, just imagine this. If they're in it, if they're within like a couple of games of a wild card spot going into September, and then Sale comes back for a few starts in September, I mean, look out. Look out. Do not sleep on this team. And I'm not saying that from a biased point of view. This could be the Baltimore Orioles for all I care. I would be saying the same thing about the Orioles. Do not sleep on a team like this where they have depth. Depth is so underrated. I cannot stress that enough. Your team needs to have depth. So enough of me rambling on about the Red Sox here. So that's enough Red Sox for me. I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking about the Red Sox. I'm turning into Giraffe Neck Robbie over here. So here we go. But now, getting into the National League, we have we've had a team making a couple of trades. The Pittsburgh Pirates. We've had Josh Bell move on to the Nationals. We've had Joe Musgrove move on to the Padres, and now there's another guy reportedly that could be on the move very soon, and that is a Jameson Taillon. He could be the next to be traded according to reports. Let's pull up the article here. Here we go. Let me click out of some of these tabs here. And actually, real quick before I get to this, since we were just talking about Garrett Richards, he was just on the Padres this past year. Let's actually real quick just take a look. The Padres, they are bringing back Jerickson Profar. The Reds, and actually this kind of still ties in with the Red Sox as well. This still ties in with the Red Sox as well. The Red Sox were going after Jerickson Profar. They were going after him. He had a pretty good year. He ended up re-signing with the Padres, 3 years, $21 million. Good move for the Padres. They needed to bring this guy back. Good bat for their lineup. He can move around a little bit. If you take a look at Jerickson Profar for all you Padres fans out there, had a pretty good year this year. OPS a little under 800, 278 average, 7 homers, 25 RBIs, had some stolen bases. This is a guy that can move around in the infield. Can he play some outfield? He can play some outfield as well. Did he play some outfield this past year? Yes, he did. He played 1 game in center field. He played a couple games in right. Yeah, he played some left. Yeah, he played mostly left. So the Red Sox were going after him. It was reported they were there in the end, but he ended up taking this deal. My guess, if they ended up signing Kike Hernandez to a 2-year deal, I'm kind of wondering if the Red Sox weren't willing to go to that 3-year mark with him. And I think the Padres, they went that 3rd year with him. Because if you look, it's 3-year, $21 million. They paid Kike Hernandez. They paid him $7 million per year. And Profar is getting $7 million per year as well. I think the Padres, they gave him that 3rd year. My guess, if I were to guess, I would imagine the Red Sox probably offered him a 2-year deal with maybe an option, like a team option. But I think he probably just took this deal instead, a 3-year, $21 million contract. So Jerickson Profar back with the Padres, good signing for them, gives them that flexibility, gives them that utility type of player. But moving on to Jameson Taillon, according to Mark Feinsand, sources tell me and Adam DeBerry, there are indications that Jameson Taillon will be the next Pirates player to be traded, possibly in the next day or two. The Padres have already dealt Joe Musgrove this offseason, so it would not be a surprise if Taillon is moved too. So, I'm not going to be surprised. I would imagine Taillon would be more of like a trade deadline kind of a guy because you don't know what you're going to be getting from him. He's been hurt. So if we take a look at the stats, I'm sure teams are going to want to see this guy throw at some point. I'm sure I would imagine, right? Because this is a guy that had Tommy John. He didn't pitch at all this past year, but he's had some good numbers since coming up in 2016. Where was he drafted? He was the second overall pick in the 2010 draft. So, was he at a high school? Yeah, the Woodlands High School in Texas. So, he's been pretty good in his career. 3.55 FIP, about 8 strikeouts per 9. Keeps the walks pretty low. Keeps the home runs pretty low. Again, it's been the Tommy John that's been holding him back. He hasn't been on the field. So, there are some teams out there where I think, if we were to come up with some trades here, the one team, honestly, I'm not trying to sound biased here, but, sticking with my Red Sox here, could the Red Sox maybe make a trade for Jameson Taillon? He's a reclamation project that Chaim Bloom could like. Could you maybe see the Red Sox get involved? The Rays just traded away Blake Snell. Could the Rays be interested in a Jameson Taillon? Could they be interested? If we actually take a look at the advanced metrics, I'm sure they have 2019 stuff on here. Andrew League, check Heyman. What are we checking Heyman? John Heyman, what are you talking about? Oh, wow, okay, that's very interesting. What a coincidence. Yankees are among teams talking to the Pirates about Jameson Taillon. We were going to get to that. Was going to be one of the teams I was going to bring up, actually. So, Jameson Taillon, this guy throws hard. He ranked really well with velocity in 2019. Good spin rate on the fastball. Good spin rate on the curveball. This guy, pretty good. He throws a slider more often. I'm kind of wondering if teams are going to have him start holding back on the slider. He threw that pitch a lot in 2019. Threw that pitch a lot. How many starts did he make? He only made 7 starts. These are 2019 stats, right? Yeah, it was a 2019. So he threw that slider a lot. So I think teams are going to be like, all right, you need to kind of calm down with that slider. That's putting a lot of torque on your elbow. Can't be doing that. So I think teams are going to have him start maybe transitioning to more of a fastball, kind of a sinker. Use that slider, less often. Maybe they'll see him go down to like 15 to 20% of the time instead of 32% of the time. But going back to some teams, I really think the Rays could make a trade for him. I really think the Rays could make a trade. If you go to the Taillon here, I don't think it would take a lot, and it would give the Rays have prospects. I think the Rays could dish out some prospects. Maybe give up I don't know. Whoever. We go to the Rays' top prospects here. I think the Rays would be a really good team for Taillon. I think that would be really good. It makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know. You probably imagine anywhere like the 11 to 20 guys. Pretty sure they would want to pitch him. Maybe like a J.J. Goss, put him in there. Goss. Honestly, you could probably get a deal done pretty close to that. Maybe Goss and like another guy. The Rays' number 15 prospect. Maybe a catcher, Ronaldo Hernandez. The Pirates seem to be looking for catchers lately. So maybe a Hernandez you can throw. Oh, actually, no. Maybe not Hernandez. They have another catching prospect here. Maybe they just got Blake Hunt, didn't they? Maybe Heriberto Hernandez. He's at 11. So that's probably not going to happen. God, the Rays got some good prospects, man. I don't know. Maybe like a Diaz, like a number 30 prospect. Is this him right here? Diaz? Is there another Diaz on this list? Really? Diaz has that? My God, the Rays. Oh, my God. This Rays farm system is out of its mind. I don't know if you do Blake Hunt. They just got Hunt. I don't know. The Rays got a lot of catchers now. I don't know. Could you do Hunt? I know this wouldn't be the trade, but, something like this where I think you get pretty close. I really think you could see a Jameson Taillon with the Rays. He seems like a guy the Rays would go after. I don't know. Like that makes a lot of sense to me. If you can get a pitching prospect, maybe like instead of a catcher, if you really want, let's see if we can get it even here. Let's do, where are you at? Hunt, where are you at, dude? There you go. So, I don't know. Let's get it even. I don't know. Someone like a Podlo. I don't know. Where does Podlo rank? Is Podlo even in their top 30? Oh, he's number 20. So, I don't know. Maybe you can do like their 15 and 20. Really, Podlo ranks higher than some of these guys on MLB, on the MLB prospects list, but the value on here is lower. So I don't know. Actually, that's a dead even trade. I'm going to post this. I'm going to post that. That's a good trade. That's dead even. So the number 15 and 20 prospect, I think that could be pretty decent. So, Juan, what? You said, are you okay? Juan, hello. Are you just coming in? SpongeBob is here. Oh, Juan, what's up? What's up, dude? How you doing? Hopefully I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Did I do something? Anyway, but moving on. I mean, you got the Pirates and the Rays that could maybe hook up with a trade. Hey, look at this trade right here. Could you get this done right here? Someone else posted this. So let's talk Yankees. Speaking of this John Heyman tweet that we just saw, the Yankees are talking with a Jameson Taillon. I mean, you got a trade right here. Oswald Peraza and a Yajuri is that how you pronounce it? Something like this. I think there's a lot of things that you could do here with the Jameson Taillon. Honestly, I think probably not the Red Sox because they don't really have prospects to give up. And the Red Sox would make a lot of sense. But that's the only problem is they don't. Oh, super chat coming through. Super chat coming through.
Power to the Mets. Honest opinion.
So, Juan, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate that. Bauer to the Mets. We talked about this earlier. I mean, my honest opinion is I don't know. Of course, I don't know anything. But with Bauer, man, it's tough. Because it's like there's reasons he could go to the Angels just because financially it fits. They need him the most. But Bauer also wants to win. And if he goes to the Angels this year, he has got to think it's going to be a bit of an uphill climb for the Angels, even with him, to win this year. Could he be looking at the Mets? The Mets right now, they're in a better position to win. Right now. Yeah, sure, you got the Padres who are making some noise. The Dodgers are still really good. But then you also kind of look at, too, the American League is kind of wide open at this point. So then the Angel, I don't know. I feel like with the Mets, I think with Steve Cohen Steve Cohen, he really wants that financial flexibility. He wants that. That's what I think. I feel like the Mets, because the Mets need to rebuild their farm system. They can't give up draft positioning. I think they would lose that if they go over the luxury tax line. They're going to have to give up, I believe, international signing money. Do they want to do that? They're going to have to pay a fine, obviously, for going over the luxury tax line. Do the Mets want to do that? I feel like in the end, they're just not going to want to. And I don't think the Dodgers are going to want to do that either. It feels like the Angels, I think, I was kind of talking earlier, with Trevor Bauer, going to the Angels, could he be looking at the Angels and thinking, I don't know if I can win with the Angels. Can we really win? But then if you really, now that I think about it, that American League really is up for grabs. Really, they could, if you get a Trevor Bauer with the Angels, maybe add one more starter via trade, like a Kyle Hendricks, maybe even a Jameson Taillon. Maybe, why not? Maybe go after a Jameson Taillon here. Why not? I think the Angels, they're going to need someone else. Bauer's not going to be enough. Maybe they could go after someone at the deadline. If I were to bet money, I think Bauer is going to end up with the Angels. I think the Mets, I think they're going to make some noise, but my personal opinion, he's going to end up with the Angels. I just really think that. I think he's going to end up in Anaheim. So, Juan, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. But getting back to Taillon, why not the Angels? Why could you not do the Angels with a Jameson Taillon? I think that could work. They have some prospects. He's not going to, break the bank when it comes to prospects. So let's put Taillon on here. Let's get the Angels prospects here. I think if the Angels sign Bauer and they can trade for a starter, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think they could give up some guys. Maybe like a Jamae Jones, something like that. Well, they got Nick Gonzalez, so I don't know if they bring him in. But actually, what is the value of a Jones right now? I mean, no, they could make that work. I mean, maybe like Jones, number 7 guy, and maybe like a Kyron Paris or something. I don't know. What about maybe like a Jeremiah Jackson? I mean, that would be the number 4 guy. I don't know. These guys don't really have the best values on here. I don't know. Maybe like instead of let's keep Paris, or let's keep Jackson there. Let's take Paris off. Jackson is pretty high. Number 4. He's pretty far. He's high upside, pretty far away. Maybe they can go with Paris instead. Let's put Paris there because Paris is projected to be a little farther. So let's do that. Who's the other guy I had? Jones. Let's take Jones. Where's Jones? Oh, here we go. And then so let's put Paris, and then maybe like a Hector Yan. No, I think they're going to want to look for upside. Maybe like a Packy Knowlton. No, he's in AAA. Maybe like a Kokinoix. It's a fun name. Maybe him. And then maybe one more guy gets this done. Maybe like a Robinson Pena. Let's throw in Pena here. Where's Pena? Is Pena even on here? Goodness. The Angels don't really have too much depth in this farm system according to baseball trade values. How about Ortega? I don't know. Ortega's a little... Or maybe they could do Ortega. I know Ben Cherington. He tends to look for velocity kind of guys. Or maybe Ortega. Maybe you can go after an Ortega. Is he on here? God, not much value. I don't know. Do they do something like this? You know? I mean, we just saw the Pirates. In my personal opinion, I think they got fleeced for Joe Musgrove. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. Hey, you could do Adam Frazier too. That could work. Maybe like a bit of a package deal. If we take a look at the Angels depth chart. I mean, they did just get rid of La Stella, so they could use another guy there. Well, right now, they got Fletcher. They got Iglesias now at short, so I don't think that's going to work. So, well, let me go Adam Frazier. Well, Adam Frazier can play some outfield, can he? He can be more of a utility guy. He can be like a utility guy, maybe. That could work. I could see that. Well, I don't know. Wait, where is he at? Frazier, where are you at, buddy? Oh, wait, I'm not looking at the right team. Frazier. Is he a bad contract? No. Pirates only have one bad contract, so that's good. Frazier, where is Frazier? Here he is. 5.7. So, I mean, you know, it's going to take a little more from the Pirates. So, or for the Angels to send back. Sorry. I don't know. Do you do... Who is the guy you had? Okay, so you got a good little package of prospects there. I don't know. I don't think they really need a Frazier. I mean, sure, it'd be nice. But I'm going to take Frazier out of here. I know, Frazier. Yeah, I think kind of, you know, if you just want to tie on for the Angels, I think they could make it work. So look out for a team like the Angels. Could a team... I'm trying to think, starting pitching. Who could use some starting pitching? Where they could use some kind of a project arm. I don't know, the Marlins maybe? Could the Marlins? That'd be fun. Jameson Taillon with the Marlins. What are the Marlins looking like right now? Man, I know the Yankees, they seem to be the hot commodity. I'll get to the Yankees here in a second. I'll look at some other options. We had Oswald Peraza. I don't know, Jameson Taillon with the Marlins would be pretty fun. You got Sixto, you got Pablo, you got Sandy, you got Eliezer. know. Could you see a Jameson Taillon with the Marlins? They got the prospects. That'd be kind of a fun little addition for the Marlins. I don't think the Mets, I don't think they really have the prospects. Could the Mariners jump in? I mean, Mariners actually... Where were the Mariners last year when it came to... Mariners could be an interesting team. They got some prospects. Ah, dang it. I didn't want batting. Pitching. I want starting pitching. I believe the Mariners actually did pretty well with starting pitching last year. Yeah, the Mariners are actually a top 10 team last year, wins above replacement on Fangraphs. Could you see the Mariners go after a Taillon? How much, when is Taillon a free agent? 2023. So he's got a few more years. Honestly, could you see a Taillon with the Mariners? That could be a fit. So Taillon, he grew up in Texas, right? So, I don't know. Could the Rangers maybe go after him? Could the Rangers? The Rangers are, they just traded for Dane Dunning. Could the Rangers go after a Jameson Taillon? I don't know if they have the prospects really, but I don't know. Could you see the Giants maybe? Maybe the Giants. They got some prospects. I don't know. Dave Dombrowski, would he maybe want to take a chance on him? Bring him to the Phillies maybe? I don't know. It's very interesting. Maybe honestly, I think it would be a really good one would be the Twins. I think the Twins would be great. They just signed J.A. Happ, but, Taillon, a high velocity kind of a guy with the Twins. I think that'd be a nice addition for the rotation. I don't know. Could the White Sox maybe want to add a little more to that rotation? Bring him in. But the Yankees here, the Yankees seem to be a good... But that's the thing, though. He's like... They need depth. I feel it's funny with the Yankees because they need a number 2 guy. I don't think Taillon's that number 2. It would basically be Cole and a ton of depth. So Taillon, again, I think he's going to be fine when it comes to staying on the field. I mean, the most starts that he's made is 32. He built up to 32, and then he got and then he ended up needing Tommy John. So the Yankees could ease him back in. They got depth. So I don't know. Could the Yankees maybe do something here? Let's take a look here. Let's put Taillon here with the Yankees. Am I missing him? Here he is. Okay, Taillon with the Yankees. So, again, it's not going to... That's the one thing. I think the Yankees really want to hang on to their prospects. I feel like they probably could have gotten something done for a trade here at some point, but they haven't done anything. And I'm kind of wondering if they've been looking for a guy like this. The Yankees tend to like those high-velocity guys. Taillon's a high-velocity guy. If you go back, average 95 miles an hour on that fastball. The Yankees love velocity guys. So, they definitely have the pieces to get it done. Again, like Peraza right there. I mean, if you're going to stick with Gleyber Torres, what are you going to do with Peraza? You got DJ LeMahieu. Peraza seems to be the perfect guy. Or a Volpe. Do they want to maybe stick with Peraza? Maybe they like Peraza a little more. They want to keep Peraza. You can go with a Volpe. Go with him. Let's actually take a look at the prospects here. Yankees top prospects. What do you got? Got Jason Dominguez, the Martian. Got Clark Schmidt, Davy Garcia. So Oswald Peraza, he's looking like he could be ready in the next year. Maybe one more year in the minors. And they got Volpe. He's a really high upside guy. So if you take a look, Volpe's farther away, but he could end up having more upside. Yeah. Decent. 55 hit. Not much power. But he's got some speed. He fields well. He's got a good arm. And if you take a look at Peraza, how's he looking? But Peraza's got some good stuff going on too. Good arm, plus run, plus arm, plus field. A little better power than Volpe. So I think the thing with Volpe is I think teams think the power could end up getting better. I think that's what I read somewhere. He's got a compact right-handed swing. More of a line drive guy right now. Did strike out a little bit. He's got some bat speed. It says right here he could develop double-digit home run power. What are they saying with Peraza with his power? Stands out among the Yankee farmhands for his bat-to-ball skills, lacing line drives to all fields from the right side of the plate. He still needs to add more strength. He generates some of the highest exit velocities in the system. I wonder if the Yankees are going to hang on to Peraza. I just feel like if you're still hanging on to Peraza at this point, do you hang on to him? I'm going to say they end up going with like a Volpe instead. I could be dead wrong, obviously. But you just do Volpe and maybe just do Gil. Maybe not Gil. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe like a Vizcaino. Actually, where's Vizcaino at right now? I think they want more upside. Maybe a Luis Medina. And I think that could get it done. Maybe add in one more, or even just do that. If the Pirates are satisfied with that, you get a guy that can throw hard, and you got a guy like Volpe. Or instead of Volpe, you can just maybe they can get the Yankees to get rid of Peraza. And then I think that right there, I think that puts it pretty even. Was that the one trade that I just saw a little bit ago? Was that the one? No, it was Peraza and Yajur. Where is Merz Yajur? The 15 guy. So yeah, again, a high upside kind of a guy. So whoever posted that, 33468. I mean, that's same kind of thinking that I'm thinking. So you definitely could see the Yankees get it done. So look out for the Yankees with the Jameson Taillon. I mean, again, there's some other teams. I think the Rays definitely could be a team that makes sense. Maybe the Rangers, they've been going after some more pitching. Maybe the Rangers go after him. He's a Texas kid. I think that could work. The Marlins could be a fun team. They have prospects. I mean, that would be a pretty deep rotation if you ask me. There's a ton of teams that could maybe go for him. Again, maybe the Giants, they could use another starting pitcher. Maybe the Giants go after him. Maybe the Mariners, the Mariners are a couple years away, I think. I think the Mariners could be pretty close to being a pretty good team. Have the Mariners maybe go after him. I don't know. I think the Padres are done with pitching. The Phillies could use another guy in that rotation. I think the Phillies, sure, they probably don't need to be trading away prospects at the moment, but I think the Phillies could get something done. The Blue Jays honestly could do something. Why not the Blue Jays? I left that one out. The Blue Jays need starting pitching. The Blue Jays need depth. Let's put together a quick trade before I move on. So the Pirates and the Blue Jays. Here we go. So, the Blue Jays could definitely get this done. So, Taillon, where are you at? I think Taillon could be a pretty good fit. Yeah, the Blue Jays could definitely do this. Here we go. So, Toronto Blue Jays. You got a couple of guys. Really, you can just do like a Manoah and like someone else. Manoah and like, I don't know. That's the number 5 guy. Maybe like an Estevan Machado. Something like that. Probably take a little more than a Machado maybe. Or Jimenez maybe. I think something like this could get done. I think the Blue Jays should go after a Taillon. Really. I really think the Blue Jays, they should go after a guy like this. Why not? I think the Blue Jays need depth. I have rambled on about the Blue Jays so much this past week, signing George Springer. They're not going to get anywhere without more pitching. So if you go look right now, I've brought this up. They signed Tyler Chatwood. That's great. Sure, fine. That's all fun and dandy. But, Chatwood was really... He had a decent year in 2019, but he was more out of the bullpen that year. Every time he's been a starter, 2016 was decent with the Rockies. He's had some success as a starter, but lately, not great. Not great. 2018 wasn't very good. I don't know. I think Taillon could be a really good fit with the Blue Jays. I think it could come down to... Honestly, I think it could come down to the Yankees. I think it could come down to the Blue Jays. Don't be surprised if the Rays go after a guy like this. So the Rays, they tend to go after guys in the past who've had Tommy John. We'll have to wait and see where Taillon goes. So, let's move on here. Let me come back to the chat here. Alrighty. So, Wizardy Plays. Robbie, look at Jason McKay. Jason McKay on Twitter. Who is Jason McKay? Who is this? He's from Toronto. Am I looking at the right one? Who is this? Oh, you're saying Mike Feinsand, they're in on him right now? Did they tweet something else about Taillon? The Yankees are emerging as the front runner to land Jameson Taillon for the Pirates. I mean, that's, again, like, it's such an odd move to me, because I think the Yankees are in such like a win now mode. I mean, I like it. I don't hate it. I mean, you got him under control. That's good. But like, is he going to be this guy that can, it's like a depth move. I think they need to go after a guy, you know? I think they need to go after like a proven guy, like a Hendricks. I think Hendricks would be awesome. Kyle Hendricks would be like perfect in that rotation. Perfect complement to a Garrett Cole. Hey, Robbie, the Rays initially wanted Taillon in the Archer trade, but thought he was too injury prone, so they went for Oh, wow. Interesting. Oh, that's right. I think I remember reading about that a while ago. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Rays go after him again. Very interesting. Kyle Freeland, Dom Nunez from SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, Tim Tebow. Not bad. Could you imagine Tim Tebow gets traded? ESPN would be all over that. ESPN would be all over that. But everyone, so as promised, so we'll have to keep an eye on the Jameson Taillon rumors for the rest of the night. Maybe something gets done by the end of the weekend. But everyone, we got to 5K. Did we make it past? Oh, no! Everyone, we're not at 5K anymore. We dropped down to 4.99. Oh, man. So we lost a couple of subscribers. I don't know. I mean, on my count. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times if you get like a double follow from different accounts, YouTube doesn't really count it, or they'll get rid of it. I think YouTube changed up the rule where, I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought I read it somewhere to where it's only like one subscriber per Google account. So maybe there were a couple of different YouTube accounts on the same Google account that subscribed. So YouTube got rid of it. But well, we're not at 5K. We did hit 5K. So you know what? I'll take that. We should be at 5K in the morning. So hopefully we get a few people on the West Coast. They'll see the stream later on at some point. So, but either way, we did hit 5K at some point tonight. We did see it at least. So, but because of that, I have a treat for all of you. And I don't know if any of you saw over today at some point. Let's pull it up here. Hold on, let me get everything kind of ready here. Hold on 1 second. We are going to have ourselves a little fun. Here we go. But oh God, this was it made me laugh. Here we go. All right, so there was this tweet today. Where is it? Oh, come on. Why is it down now? Why can't I find it now? Let me just try this one. There we go. Why did that not get pulled up? Here we go. So let's take a look here. So our last story of the day. This is fun. I am not in any way, trying to, pick on This is about Trevor Bauer here. I'm not trying to pick on Trevor Bauer. Okay, maybe a little bit. But I'm not trying to make fun or anything. Well, maybe a little bit. But this is hilarious. This was awesome. If any of you didn't see this today on Twitter, someone tweeted out an old clip from a Trevor Bauer rap song from like 10 years ago or something. This was absolutely amazing. This was so funny. Trevor Bauer, he is not only a top free agent this offseason, he is a platinum rap artist. Trevor Bauer. Look at Trevor Bauer. Where are you in this picture? First off, I have so many questions about this picture. First off, why are they both wearing Jordan sweatpants? Why is that going on here? Second of all, who is that guy? Who is that? Is that a teammate that he played with? I need to know who that guy is. Is he playing baseball right now? Did he play baseball with Trevor? Is this in high school? Is this when he was in college? I need to know when this was going on. Second of all, they look like they are at someone's pool. This looks like a pool at someone's house in California. This looks like they were seniors in high school. They came home from school one day and they're like, you know what? Let's make a rap album. Let's take this picture. This is so funny to me. Like, I love this so much. This makes me laugh incredibly. All right, here we go. Let's take a listen here. Here we go. We are going to listen to this together. I'm going to make sure. Do I got my audio to where you can hear this? All right, here we go. We're going to watch along. This is the clip from today. Hayden Wittes tweeted this out today. This blew up. This got a couple of thousand likes. This got a lot of views. This has almost 200,000 views. Look at the look at the cover. This I don't understand this. What is going on? It looks like okay, first off, this doesn't even look like a rap album cover. I don't know anything about rap. I listen to like heavy metal kind of stuff. I don't know anything about rap. I don't know anything. But this looks like a country music album cover. This looks like something for country music. Am I wrong? This looks like country music. They got the jeans. These guys don't look like rappers at all. Anyway, let's just listen to this clip.
Angel, whoa, and I love you so. Across time and space, I will never feel alone. Oh, you're an angel, whoa, and I love you so. Across time and space, I will never feel alone. Look into your eyes, I see myself inside, staring back in mine, telling me to hide. I'm so mystified with you, girl, why? Could be how we smile wide when we're spending time. Yeah, let me get to telling what I'm seeing in your soul. Without you in my arms, when I'm sleeping I'm cold. But I know you're always greeting me when I need some loving. Breakfast in bed, orange juice and a muffin.
What did I just listen to? He said he ended that with juice and a muffin. What is this? I need to know. Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to go listen to Diamond in the Rough. This is fantastic.
Yo, cigar on the mic with the one and only Wicked. We just sit here and kick it. Now here's a little look at how we grew up.
Back then was a diamond in the rough, baby, growing up invisible while I was sure tough. I'm gold now cause I shine in all I do, like a 24-karat diamond ring for your boo. But back then was a diamond in the rough.
He said 24 karat diamond ring for your boo. It took me a long time to figure out what he was saying. Oh my God, I can't. I couldn't figure out that part. Here we go. I'm going to stop at some parts. I'm going to try not to laugh.
Baby, growing up invisible, my life was sure tough. I'm golden now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24 karat diamond ring for your boo. I was beaten up in school, I was bullied, called a fool. Now I got slobber on my feet, cause all the females wanna drool. Swooning over me, now they deem that I'm worthy. But these bees are so confused, they're crossing I's and dotting T's. Call it mean that I've been seen, laughing cause they're blotting tears. No more plotting, cause I'm plotting your revenge on those revered. Yeah. Maybe this is corny, but you should peel your ears and be ready to adhere to the next words you're gonna hear. Yes, my name is Trevor. Yeah. We did grow up together, had no...
Oh my God. Dude. Oh my God. He probably had to try so hard to fit in the word together there. Can we just replay that, please? They probably had to do that like 5 times. There's no way he got that the first time. That might be one of the worst. I mean, I'm not a rapper by any means. I cannot freestyle. Like, I got a couple of friends that can freestyle rap, but like, goodness, I gotta go back and listen to that one more time.
They're blotting tears, no more plotting, cause I'm plotting your revenge on those revered. Yeah. Maybe this is corny, but you should peel your ears and be ready to adhere to the next words you're gonna hear. Yes, my name is Trevor. Yeah. We did grow up together, had no...
Yes, my name is Trevor. We did grow up together. Oh my God. What? Oh, solid.
Time for me back then, so the bridge I broke is severed, and I'll never cross again. Say you've changed, but you would never, ever, ever in a million years be clever enough to leverage me back.
I don't even know I don't even know what he was saying. That was just so much like blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what was even just happening right there. Oh my God. Here we go.
Is that I hate this, but I put up was a diamond in the rough. Now I'm just a diamond, yeah, I'm ruffling your feathers. Better duck and soldier flying. In reverse this time, and I got no sympathy for you, so just quit your crying. Back then was a diamond in the rough, baby, growing up invisible.
You know, there's also another part in the beginning here where they talked about how he said he was bullied, you know, in high school. And now, like, you know, girls are like all over him now and stuff. So I actually kind of wonder if like he did get kind of picked on in high school, and I wouldn't be surprised about that. I got picked on as a you know, when I first went into high school. I was just this like skinny redheaded kid. You know, I always wore like Red Sox stuff to school all the time. I was a freshman in high school. All the seniors, they kind of, I was easy to pick out. So, you know, I'm like this redhead kid with all these Red Sox clothes all the time. So I stood out like a sore thumb. So I got picked on a lot when I was a freshman. And then kind of 10th grade, it kind of slowed down pretty much. I was always pretty quiet in high school. But 9th grade, I got picked on. I definitely got picked on. And I didn't start playing baseball until like 8th grade. I played Little League a little bit. But when I was first starting to try and play baseball, I had a lot of people like, you know, a lot of guys that would play, you know, they would say stuff to me and stuff. So like, I definitely understand what it felt like to get, you know, kind of messed with in high school. It pretty much stopped by the time like I was a junior and like definitely a senior. Cause I was like friends with everyone when I was a senior. But yeah, I kind of wondered if Trevor, you know, did get kind of picked on. Has he talked about that before? I don't know, but very interesting that they put that in the beginning of this.
Well, my life was sure tough. I'm gold now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24 karat diamond ring for your boo. But back then was a diamond in the rough, baby, growing up invisible. My life was sure tough. I'm gold now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24 karat diamond ring for your boo.
My time is split up like a gymnast, but I'm not one. I'm peak form, words to speak loudly, so I sought him. My guard falls to the ground, it's like the leaves in autumn. The doubts that I used to see are no longer, I forgot them. Pushed away out of reach like cookies, I would toss them into a mom. People thought that I had hit rock bottom.
This is one of the most PG raps of all time. This is like literally like this is something that would like I could see guys at like church doing, like, you know what, I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but like I don't know. It's like such like a PG rap, like you know. The only like PG-13 sort of thing I've heard was about the girls in the beginning. Even that was pretty PG.
But my dreams were never dead. I was just playing possum. Built bridges to success, and now I finally crossed them. Awesome. Haters in my past, they wanna be me. No chance of time alone. They approach me when they see me. Like an animal in a cage, I just wanna be set free. See, able to roam away from all the creatures up beneath me. Superficial surface dwellers, but I delved in deeply. That's how I became the best, while others did work weekly. Mediocrity among the norms, so their life turns meekly. I'm the turtle that
Dude, so much of this does not flow. Oh my God. But I love it. I love it so much. This is so bad it's good. It's so bad it's good. That's the culture that we live in today. You could be really bad you could do something really bad and it ends up being like the most amazing thing on the planet.
wins a race, and that's why I'm unique. See,
Back then was a diamond in the rough, baby, growing up invisible, my life was sure tough. I'm gold now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24-karat diamond ring for your boo. But back then was a diamond in the rough, baby, growing up invisible, my life was sure tough. I'm gold now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24-karat diamond ring for your boo. Oh man, you should have seen me when I was just a youngster. Now the news about me loud enough to shut up thunder. Kids were overestimated, I was always under. Wonder how I did it? Yeah. That's still undiscovered. I can tell you this though, I'm never lacking luster. Hearing about your life, man, has got me bored as lumber. Bummer that you blundered, but that's all you can muster. Yeah. When I would get knocked down, I would bounce right up like flubber, just to shove it in their faces that know I wasn't done for. Clustered all my haters up and flush them like a plumber. Yeah.
adversity in my past was but a minor scuff. Calling God's bluff, cause my mind is too tough. Bare hands are all I got, sit in front of my coat's cup. Brain is filled with knowledge like a turkey that is stuffed. Stood up like I'm shady, but I've really had enough. I'm sick of all the girls flaking like dandruff. Won't listen to all my haters like I'm wearing
That's a good
earmuffs.
line.
People overlook me, I'm a
Flaking like
diamond in the
dandruff.
rough.
I want to go back to that.
That is stuck, stood up like I'm shady, but I've really had enough. I'm sick of all the girls flaking like dandruff. Won't listen to
Oh, the emphasis on the uff. That is gold. Amazing.
my haters like I'm wearing earmuffs. People overlook me, I'm a diamond in the rough.
I think that's pretty much it. All right, that's pretty much it. Probably one of the most amazing things I've ever heard of in my life. You know what that really reminds me of? This is what this reminds me of. I don't know if any of you are a fan of The Office in here. This is what this reminds me of. Let me see if I can pull this up. I don't know. I got to be careful about what I got to make sure. I probably can't play it on here because I'll get copyright, but I'll at least like show you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of straight out of Scranton on The Office. If any of you are Office fans, like, go listen to this song right now. It's a parody of Lazy Sunday on Saturday Night Live, which is also an amazing song, but The Office did Lazy Scranton, basically. That, like, these, Dwight and Michael Scott, they were doing this. It's so funny. That's really what it reminds me of. I don't know if this is serious. Was this serious? I don't know. But I don't know. Either way, I think it's an absolute gem. It's so funny. Like, obviously, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's really bad. But good grief. Like, that is hilarious. That might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Everyone, let's see. Were we able to get back to 5K? Nope. Didn't get back to 5K. We were at 5K. And, yeah. So, nope. Okay, YouTube. They readjusted the counts. Again, I think there might have been someone, either we got some bots subscribing or we had a couple of double accounts subscribing. So that's why I don't do the double accounts, because YouTube ends up just deleting them. But it looks like we're 5 subscribers away from 5K. So hopefully we get those 5 overnight and we'll be at 5K by the morning. Everyone, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. Let me just go over the news real quick before I get out of here. So, Trevor Bauer, it is looking like the Mets could be increasing their focus on Trevor Bauer, the rap artist god that he is. Kike Hernandez and Garrett Richards both signed with the Red Sox. The Jameson Taillon trade rumors could be heating up. The Yankees could be positioning themselves to go after a Jameson Taillon. And Trevor Bauer is a rap god. So, everyone, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. I want to thank you so much. And if there's anything to report tomorrow night, I'll be right back here. So, everyone, have a good rest of your night. Have a good Sunday tomorrow. And I'll talk to you next time.
Yo, cigar on the mic with the one and only Wicked. We just sit here and kick it. Now here's a little look at how we grew up.
Back then was a diamond in the rough. Baby, growing up invisible, my life was sure tough. I'm gold now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24-karat diamond ring for your boo. But back then was a diamond in the rough. Baby, growing up invisible, my life was sure tough. I'm gold now, cause I shine in all I do, like a 24-karat diamond ring for your boo. I was beaten up in school, I was bullied, called a fool. Now I got slobber on my feet, cause all the females wanna drool. Swooning over me, now they deem that I'm worthy. But these bees are so confused, they're crossing I's and dotting T's. Call it mean that I've been seen, laughing cause they're blotting tears. No more applauding, cause I'm plotting your revenge on those revered. Maybe